Alright, I'm just chilling here, right? I'm just playing some Pixelmon, just chilling because I recently got back in Pokemon. Like, I'm a really big Pokemon fan. I got back into it. Just chilling playing Pixelmon because I find this map fun. I get a ping, right? Here, let me go ahead. Yes, forward the battle. That's fine. Exit this so I can actually get this out of here so it doesn't actually disturb us. I get a ping in Regent's server, right? It's like, oh, Regent, something happened to Regent. Okay, let me read this. And it's the slime units, right? Let me scrub up a little bit. Let me move it over. It's talking about the slime units and everything, right? I'm just saying this because everyone already knows my Discord. I also have my Discord link in the description so you can see it. This is crazy. And before we hop in this, make sure you subscribe if you enjoyed this content and everything and all that, right? I'm sorry if it seems like I'm frazzled. I am very frazzled. I know this says that. Just note before we read this, I'll share the skills, but remember, units never come out with beta skills, as with ReZero. This is true. There was a beta skill for ReZero that said they're going to do these specific things. They came out doing something completely different. So this could, but not actually come out to be correct. But just know, when we're reading this, just think in your mind to what they're experimenting with. Okay? And think in your mind that Gowther, Red Gowther, has been here since the first 3 months of the game and is still in the top 5 units in the entirety of the game and has the best card in the game since release. Okay? Think about that. Okay. Just remember that before we're going into this. I just want to make sure you remember that. River Tempest. Race unknown. Can I guess? Okay, here we go. For every demon ally in battle, decreases HP stats and defense stats of all enemies by 6%. For every unknown ally in battle, decreases attack stats of all enemies by 6%. In addition, the heroes also have Demon Race. I actually like that passive. I think that passive is actually really cool. It helps improve certain specific teams and everything, and it makes it where Murk can be ran on the demon team. And if that is a thing that can happen, if let's say that that happens, there's a thing that's the first skill. That's extremely OP. Increases the skill ranks of all allies. And increases HP related stats by 20% for 3 turns. So you took the best card in the game, right? The best card in the game. Let's improve that card. And add something else on top of it. I'm not saying HP related stats is like the biggest thing in the world, because it's not. HP related stats is not the biggest thing in the world unless you make it the biggest thing in the world. For instance, Bond. Before Bond, increasing HP related stats, for instance, Red Escanor, was not that bad. Yes, it was annoying, but you could easily fight past it like it was nothing. It doesn't become an issue until you have someone like Bond who does 600,000 damage with his card because these cards are based on his HP related stats. But the problem is that they're buffing a card that was already the best card in the game. Okay? They were already buffing a card that was already the best card in the game that made a unit that was here since almost release. I said I said release here, but it's basically release. Still the top 5 units in the game because of how good that skill is. That rank up has not been moved to other units but Gowther for a specific reason, because it's too OP. It's like Diane's taunt. Small Fighter Green Diane, they have not made a taunt like hers, but yet only have released nerfed ones, because her taunt, if it came out on the new unit with today's unit stats, it would legitimately be one of the most OP things in the game, because 200% to defense related stats is, oh my god, that's strong. Okay, let's move on from that, but you get the idea of what I'm going with. There was no need to buff this probably won't release like this, right? It's probably not going to happen, but just know they are experimenting, are thinking about it, and that's like the thing you need to think about. Inflicts damage equal to 250% of attack on all enemies and depletes 3 ultimate move gauge orbs. In addition, increases the hero's ultimate move gauge by the number of orbs depleted for the enemy's ultimate move gauge by the hero. Who has that? Doesn't Hawk and Oslo have that? Hold on. Right, hold on real fast. Let me pull up Hawk and Oslo. I think Hawk and Oslo actually have this. Oh, I have caps stuck on. Oops, that's whatever. Yeah, they increase their ultimate move gauge and their passive by the number of ores depleted from the enemy's ultimate move gauge, and they have a way to decrease ultimate move gauge. So basically, they're combining this and the passive, and like this is actually really good because combined with the ultimate, you rush ult with a slightly higher ultimate, and you expel the target. It's extremely strong ult, right? Because of the expel effect. There's a reason why they haven't prung that back, because it's so incredibly strong. Yeah, Hawk and Oslo do this, and we've seen what they can do in the game. If they weren't locked behind had to have multiple dupes, they would be a lot better. But yeah. Ultimate. Inflicts damage equal to 300% of attack on all enemies, and then gains Abyss effect and takes 50% less damage for 2 turns. Huh. Interesting. That could be a really big buff to the demon team, honestly. Like, imagine this unit comes out like with the same passive and skills and everything in Ultimate. Honestly, that would be a really nice buff to the demon team. Because it adds the control, it adds the whole 50% less damage that Margaret has, and you have a skill rank up, right? And of course also you have the ability to decrease HP and defense related stats of all enemies by 6% for every demon ally. Huh. That's actually really strong for the demon race. Honestly, I hope they keep this, except for the fact, take off this. This second part, I want gone. Because for the fact of the matter is, I do not want the whole skill rank buff to be buffed up. It's already OP. I don't want to be buffed up in this game. Move on to Xion, right? And of course Veldora. Xion. The hero always inflicts attribute advantage damage and doesn't receive... Okay, so basically they're always going to be an advantage. They never receive disadvantage. Got it. For every skill used by the hero, heals 50% of the damage dealt. Okay. Last time we had a hero that healed by skill, she was not very good. Skill 1 inflicts Power Strike, equal to 475% of attack on one enemy. Is that the same as Sariel's, or is it slightly buffed? That to me feels slightly more buffed than Sariel's. Nope, it is the same. Okay. Inflicts damage equal 190% of attack on all enemies, makes them bleed. That is Hendy's, green Hendy's card. Ultimate inflicts shatter damage equal to 420% of attack on all enemies. Okay, that would be an extremely strong ultimate because, you know, shatter is resistance, right? Shatter is extremely strong. Plus she has Power Strike and the fact that she always does attribute advantage, but she never receives, like, if she's like red, right? It doesn't say what she is. If she's red, she will never take extra damage from blue enemy. That will never happen. Interesting. She seems like a very strong DPS unit that can heal herself if she needs be. I like that. Honestly, this feels like a balanced card. As long as like her stats aren't extremely OP, like they're balanced out, this could be a very good unit, you know? Veldora is one of my favorite characters. I want to see what he's like. Okay, race unknown, obviously. The hero is unaffected by skill effects, including ult. In addition, increase all heroes' damage dealt by 10% in every skill with skill effects. I get what they were going with, because like if you watch ReZero, oh my god, if you watch Slime, you know Veldora is the strongest out there. Like, not like the strongest, but you get what I'm saying. It's like he's one of the strongest out there that can't take damage from most things. He rules over everything and stop people from taking over his area. I'm not going to go into too much because I don't want to go into spoilers, you know. But that does go in line with Veldora. I just hate that passive, though he did state they never have the same as the beta app, so oh yeah. Oh, Veldora's Blessing. The hero gets 25% of the association's hero's basic stats if the associating hero is a Tempest unit. Oh boy. Oh, that's something that even if you're 1 out of 6, that doesn't matter. You could have a 1 out of 6 association unit. Like, you could, in fact, use like the old like Benimaru and put that association unit, and or just do Shion, right? Pull Shion, and you get 25% of her basic stats. That is, oh god, interesting. Or is that him going towards someone else? If he's association unit for someone else and they are a Tempest unit, they get Veldor's blessing. I don't know how it works. I'm assuming that it's Veldor's blessing is given to someone else, so I'm assuming he would be association unit to a Tempest unit. That's what I'm going to assume based off the anime, right? Skill 1. Inflicts detonate damage equal to 25% of the hero's max on all enemies. Skill 2. Taunts enemies, increases HP related stats by 60% for 2 turns. Ultimate. Increases damage dealt by 50% and decreases damage received by 50% for 3 turns. Inflicts damage equal to 350% of attack on all enemies. I'm sorry, I went silent. Okay. So here's the thing, right? You have this. You have this. You have this. You put him on the Margaret Gringother team. And he literally is... Oh my god. Why are you tempting with this? That is... The only way to balance that out is to make him have such bad stats that he doesn't be used. Why? So not only is he not affected by skill effects, that means your petrifies, your stuns, your power strikes, your shatters, your, you know, all of that type of stuff, that doesn't affect him. And he increases his own damage dealt by 10%. And others with skills effects, right? Because he has detonate damage, so he does increase his damage dealt by 10%. He goes on with by his max HP, which is what Bond does. Anyway, it's Bond's card, right? And then he has a way to give himself extra HP related stats and taunt. Plus, he can run the Margaret team, who can also give him extra buffs, and along with Gringother, right? For his ultimate and everything. And his ultimate increases the damage dealt by 50%, decreases the damage received by 50% for 3 turns. He is extremely good. Why? Stop tempting fate with this, and then this. Stop tempting, stop! Why are y'all trying to do this? Like, why are y'all testing these extremely OP stuff out? Please, no. I love slime and it's to death. Like, slime is in my top 15 of favorite anime, right? And I'm gonna be picking up the light novels soon to read those. Slime is amazing. I love slime. I'm a very big fan of slime, but I don't want this. I don't. No. Why do you try to give a buff the skill rank upgrade? That already is the little number 1. It can be argued number 2 because of Margaret's card, but either number 1 or number 2 best card in the game. I'm not gonna go on ranting. I like the slime class coming back. I love slime. I will probably more than likely summon because I love the slime units. But please don't. I know, don't keep him like this. And they probably won't, because remember, units never count with beta skills. That is something to note, that they probably won't keep this, which is a good thing. We don't want this to stay like this. The only one that seems like actually balanced here is Shion. Shion's looks like the only one to be balanced. I'd rather have, like, this passive I'm fine with. I can deal with this passive. That's whatever to me. It's whenever you have, like, and then, like, she's balanced out over here, right? Where she has, like, a kind of, like, a pretty crappy card. She has a good ultimate, but the ultimate kind of needs to be, like, higher level to be, like, really, really good. And then she has, like, a really good skill card. So she's, like, half good, half bad, right? But then you have someone like this who just has, like, pure good. Like, there's nothing bad about this kit right here. And this kit, there's nothing bad either. It's just good. Please balance out units, Netmarble. I'm asking you kindly.